Konnichiwa, it's me. Welcome to episode 3 of the Weekly Whisper Show. I'm glad to be here. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I'm ready to talk all things 365 pro wrestling, and this is a week I've been waiting all decade for, all year for. Ever since the old promotion folded and closed its doors, this is the weekend I've been waiting for coming up, and we're going to talk all about it. But first, I just want to quickly get into, if you've been following on YouTube, all the content that's been dropped, there's another Zebra's Corner, and they talked about referee discretion. Now, they also talked about how there would be 20 counts instead of 10 counts, but referee discretion, I feel, is very important. 365 gets the best officials they can get from all over, and they've decided to put a little bit more responsibility in the referee's hands. It's just like in all sports. Instead of calling things based on exactly the way the rule book states them, they're allowed to use a bit of discretion and make for the best match, just to entertain the fans better, to make sure that the outcomes are better, so that they can do it the way they like it and have control over the way the match is going. And you know, like if there's rules that are broken, there may be fines, there may be other reprimands and other consequences and whatnot, but it's not always going to affect the outcome of the match, depending what it is. It's just like in hockey, when you see two guys and they're both kind of grabbing the stick, and then the one guy would get the penalty. Nowadays, you'll see that they'll both get a double minor. The referees are starting to really crack down on that kind of stuff, and it's no difference for 365 Pro Wrestling. This is a big weekend coming up. We have two amazing cards, starting off this Friday, January 24th, in a very brand new venue. This is a great place. The Registry Theater in Kitchener. It's got bleachers. It's a theater. It's really well done. It's going to be a great atmosphere to have wrestling in, and I'm really excited to be there, and as all the competitors are going to be. And it's at 122 Frederick Street in Kitchener, Ontario. The doors open at 7 p.m. and the bell time will be 7:30 p.m. Now, just today, actually, they put up a poll about what matches the fans are most excited to see. And a lot of the matches are all getting a lot of votes because there's so much great stuff. So let's take a quick rundown through the card and some of the matches we're going to see. First off, this could be a show stealer right here. Clay Wilson, who I've battled against numerous times and I have the utmost respect for. What a competitor. He'll be taking on Pretty Ricky Wildy. This, like I said, it could steal the show. All these matches could steal the show. Really excited to see this one. In the next contest announced, we're going to see Sebastian Suave, who is making his first appearance in 365. And that's an inside joke, because so is everybody on this card, because this is the first 365 Pro Wrestling show in Ontario, except for Eddie Osborne, who has been on the BC shows, but will also be out here for the Ontario show. So Sebastian is going to be taking on the Phoenix Nolan Pink, and this is for sure going to be a battle. Nolan Pink has a lot to prove. Sebastian always gets on the ire of the fans, and he always brings his A game. And man, you're gonna not want to miss this one. The next contest will see Joey Allen taking on BMD Brett Michael David, and this is also, people might be sleeping on this match. It didn't get quite as many votes as some of the other ones, but it's got my vote. I want to see this contest. Both men looking to start off their 365 careers on a winning note. They both have a lot to prove, and the fans will not be disappointed. That's one thing for sure. The next one we have Tyson Dukes taking on Eazy-E, Eric Kearney. Both men have tremendous respect throughout the locker rooms in all of Ontario, and both men at the top of their game. This one is really hard to predict a winner, and I'm not predicting winners for any of these, other than the fans will be the winners, because this is one they're sure to leave everything they have out there in the ring. Then the next contest, we'll have the Temple. And if you weren't sure about the Temple's involvement in 365, well, don't worry about that. Tex Lexus dropped a video a couple days ago. Check that out on YouTube, telling everybody that the Temple would be part of 365 and what they expect out of it. Check out that video. Very well done. I know I've had my battles in the past with the Temple, but I'm starting this promotion and this new year off with a clean slate. I'm not going to be biased against anybody. I'm neutral. I'm right down the middle. I'm going to get along with everybody in the locker room and let the past be the past. So the Temple members CC Moss and Lenny Lilac will be taking on newcomer Nova and a very special mystery partner, and everyone will be very delighted with who the mystery partner is. Then in our main event, from Ring of Honor Villain Enterprises, Brody King, who's been doing some big things and really catching the attention of fans everywhere in the world, is going to take on the Born Sinner Judas Icarus. Icarus just came off a tremendously huge weekend out west in BC there, winning the ECCW championship, and he's going to continue to looking to continue to keep the role that he's on going, and this will be a main event for the ages. You know they're going to tear the place down. And then there's a special underground VIP. If you pay the extra VIP $10 admission, there'll be 2 underground VIP matches after the regular event is over, and they're going to be a little bit crazy. We have a Flaming Tables match. Warhead will take on Eddie Osborne. They've had some crazy battles in the past. I expect this one to be no different. And then a 10,000 thumbtack match. Jeff Black, representing the Temple, will be taking on Brandon Jacobs. To me, it's definitely worth sticking around to see those other extra matches there. And then 365 will make their debut in Guelph. Now, normally the Guelph shows used to be on Friday, and the Kitchener shows used to be on Saturday. That's flip-flop, so don't get your dates mixed up. It's Friday in Kitchener, Saturday in Guelph. Same as the Kitchener show. The doors open at 7. Bell time will be 7:30. Make sure to make a note of that, because I know in some of the past events in Guelph on Fridays, the bell time would be 8, but it's different. It says bell time 7:30. Check it on the Facebook events thing, and that is at the Red Chevron Club in Guelph, 34 Elizabeth Street, and we got quite a card there as well. We got the first ever hot seat match, and the way to describe this is 2 competitors will face off, and whoever loses will not be invited to the next event in that town, and the winner obviously will be included on the next event. So in the competitors in this match are going to be Joey Allen versus Super Kamikaze, Super K, and whoever loses will not be at the next Guelph event. So you know it's very meaningful. These guys want to win. They want to keep getting the paydays. They want to keep being a part of the shows. So you know it's like an elimination match for them. And not to say in the future that they might not get invited back, but at least on not the next one, and probably not for a few after that. So Joey Allen versus Super K, hot seat match. Then we have a 3-way match. We got Jeff Black versus Warhead versus Brandon Jacobs. The history between Jeff Black and Warhead has been going on forever. And then adding Brandon Jacobs in the mix, especially when the night before he's taking on Jeff Black, everybody's going to be pretty riled up about that one, and you definitely want to check that one out. The next match announced, Clay Wilson challenged Lenny Lilac. Lenny Lilac posted on his Facebook. Check him out. And if you don't follow these people on Facebooks or Instagram or Twitters, I suggest you do so, because they're constantly giving you updates about the stories they're in, about the shows that they'll be on, even for other companies and whatnot. But on Lenny's Facebook, he accepted the challenge of Clay Wilson, and you know that one's going to rock the house. 2 of the best performers that we have around right now. Then we got Eric Kearney versus BMD, Brett Michael David. I'm not sure if these 2 have ever locked horns before, at least not to my knowledge. They may have. They've been in several same promotions over the years, but both these guys give their 100% every time, and you know this could be the match of the night, as you just never know what's going to be match of the night. There's so many great matches here, and I'm just honored to be able to read this card to you, and can't wait for the next Weekly Whisper when we talk about the results next week there. So we got Brody King versus Eddie Osborne in our next matchup. These 2 guys had a battle out west. It was pretty tremendous, and this one I expect to be no different. I'm really looking forward to seeing this, and if you don't know Brody King, guys, and you don't know Eddie Osborne, then you're in for a real treat. What a matchup. Then we got Holidead is coming in to face CC Moss of the Temple. Holidead looks to be quite an interesting character. I haven't seen much from her, but everybody else seems to have, and she's quite the talent. And CC Moss is looking to start off her first singles match in 365, because I mean, I'm sure down the line there'll be titles. There'll probably be a women's title, and both females here are going to be jockeying for position to get in line in the rankings to, when there is one announced, to possibly be in the first title match. So both have a lot on the line there. And then in our main event, we got Josh Alexander from Impact Wrestling, one half of the Tag Team Champions, the North, who's been doing big things. Named the Impact Tag Team Champions of the Year for Impact. And he's no stranger to Guelph. He loves the building of Guelph, wrestling there and the atmosphere. I've had conversations with him about it, and he's happy to be back. And he'll be taking on Judas Icarus. They wrestled before at a Varney show out in a fair there, where they do the car races and whatnot. And it was a really good little match. But this is about 2 years ago, and Judas is just on such a roll now, and he's very underrated. If you don't know Judas Icarus, just type him in on YouTube, and you'll see that he's the real deal. And this match is gonna tear the place down. You're gonna be really sad if you miss this one. So what else? I'd like to announce that I will be attending both of the shows. My role yet is up in the air. We've had some discussions about it, and I just want to leave that for a surprise. As always, make sure you comment on the YouTube videos of what you think, what match you're looking forward to, what you want to see, if you went to any of the previous shows, what you thought of them, because you like or you get a leg drop, you comment or you get a clothesline, you subscribe or you get a suplex. This is everything for episode 3 of the Weekly Whisper. Let me do that again. That was everything here for episode 3 of the Weekly Whisper. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for joining me. This is going to be a great weekend. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. Cuba!